Hey guys, Dave from the Wee Hours here, today checking out Containcorp again. Hey, wait a minute, Dave, you already looked at Containcorp. I seem to remember some sort of demo of this ages ago. You're right, gentle viewer, we did that, but sit back, let me tell you a story. So, we looked at the demo of Containcorp ages ago. I don't know, maybe it was a few days ago, maybe it was a year ago, a decade, I have no idea. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast. I'm pretty sure it was a smoothie, because that's what I normally have for breakfast. We looked at this on one of the Steam Next Fests ages ago, and I really enjoyed it. I'm like, wow. Of all the demos I'm doing on the Next Fest, this is the one that I'm most excited about. This is a really cool idea for a game. Now, let's be honest here. There are no new original ideas in gaming. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. Every game that comes out is either an extrapolation of an existing game or a combination of two or more existing games. That's the way it is. Containcorp is the second one. Containcorp is effectively Rimworld Anomaly meets Prison Architect. I'm sorry to call out two existing games and say this game is like that, but that's what it is, and that's okay, because that's wicked cool. If you say to me, hey Dave, I'm going to produce a game that is effectively Rimworld Anomaly meets Prison Architect, I'm like, wow. Those are two games that I enjoy a lot. I would love to see the Reese's Cup version of this. Let's get two great tastes that go great together. And that's Containcorp. So I did the demo, really enjoyed it. And then a few days ago, a week ago, I don't really remember. Again, breakfast, smoothie, that kind of thing. I get this email in my email where you get emails from. And it pops up and it first of all says, hi Dave. I'm like, whoa, okay. You have my attention. Because every email that I get is hello Wee Hours Games. And that's cool, I get it, you're just sending out mass emails. But if you put out an email that says, hi Dave, that means you actually know who I am and I'm interested in you. And it says, hey, dude. They didn't actually say dude, I said dude. They're like, dude, again, they didn't actually say dude. We watched your video. I'm like, whoa. And then they're like, a couple of times. I'm like, wow, that is a couple more times than I watch my own video. You're obviously out of your mind. And we really enjoyed it. It was funny, and it also gave us a really good insight into how people would play this game. So we've made a lot of changes to Containcorp since the last time you played it in the Steam Next Fest, and we're just letting you know that we did that. It wasn't even any kind of aggressive, make another video about our game. No. We're just like, dude, thanks. Again, they didn't say dude, I said dude. They're like, dude, thanks for making the video. It kind of opened up some insights into how people play the game, and we've made a lot of changes. So I went back and looked at Containcorp. I'm like, whoa, okay. You have made a lot of changes. I would love to check this out again. And more importantly, I'd like to show it off to my viewers, both of them. So I would love for you guys to check this out, because I think this is a really awesome concept for a game. Now, this is what we're going to look at, a very early version of it. So this is not ready for prime time yet. This is going to be not fleshed out. There might be some missing elements. There might be some bugs. I did encounter one game-breaking bug where it did a crash to desktop. Hopefully we won't see that again. But this is what we expect of an early version of this. But I did want to kind of check in and show it off to you guys. Now, what I was advised by the developers, like, hey, if you play this again, dude. Again, they didn't say dude. I say dude. If you play this again, dude, don't do the campaign, because the campaign is like a hot mess. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going to go play the campaign. And I did in my own time, and okay, it needs some work. It is ideally supposed to be a tutorial, and it completely fails at that. What they said is just jump right into a sandbox game, and that will help to move you along through more of a tutorial experience. So that's what we're going to do. This is a long-winded way of getting to a point, which is, I think this is a really neat game, and I want this game to succeed. I am becoming an unpaid shill for Containcorp. I think it's really cool. I would love for people to check it out, and we're going to show it off again. So prior to recording this, I put in probably a couple of hours into Containcorp on my own time. So this is going to be one of those weird videos where I know some things that I'm doing, but not all the things that I'm doing. I know traditionally we just abandon the concept of tutorials and I keep clicking things until something works or I end the video. This is going to be a little bit of a mix. There are some things I'm going to be immediately familiar with, and some things where I'm like, oh my god, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, kids, put your shoes on. We're at Grandma's anomalous demon holding facility. Good news, I've got some things to get me started here. So I have a list of tasks to do, and that will kind of coax me through some of the initial phases here. I've been dropped off here. for reasons that are not adequately explained, except it seems to be in the middle of a desert, which is probably the best place to keep anomalous entities. I've got a chopper coming in, I got trucks coming in, I got all sorts of people coming in. I'm being dropped off with a basic amount of stuff, for sake of a better. I've got stuff. I've got to build a containment cell, a storage region, reception offices, all the normal things that you would expect from some kind of base builder like this. Put some lights up, power the site. These are going to take a little bit of time, especially because this mountain ain't going anywhere in the near future. The only thing I've got right now is a delivery zone. I got somewhere for them to drop stuff off, but what I'm going to need is a storage facility right here and some other things. So this is the part where I kind of know what I'm doing, but not really. I believe if I go to construct and not facilities, so construction, yeah, down here. Okay, so I've got things to do things to build things, areas to put things in. Let's do an area, okay? I've got regions and spots. Regions, all right. So dump, deliveries, that kind of thing. What I want is storage. So let's put up a storage zone right next to the delivery zone. There we go. So they can drop stuff off, and then they can store things here. Fantastic. We're off to a roaring start. So reception, containment, a rec room, and 5 offices. How is that all going to fit in here? I feel I should start with reception because, that's where you receive people, and that seems like a good thing to be doing. So go over to construction, but this time I want to actually build something. All right, here we go. We got walls, we got floors, we got furniture, we got defense, we got production, we got all sorts of stuff. Let's keep it simple. All right, how about just an industrial wall? Okay, fairly cheap, $50 per wall thing, and we're going to make a reception. All right, so let's kind of put that right down at the bottom here so you can just walk right into a reception. Leave room for a door, otherwise you're going to have to destroy something later. I'm not going to make this like crazy big because it doesn't really, that's a little small. It doesn't really need to be crazy big. Let's just kind of keep it simple here. It's just an initial doorway. Oh, speaking of doorways, let's actually put up a doorway. So construction, doors. What are we feeling here, kids? We feeling veneer? I'm kind of feeling veneer. Oh, there's no way to get out of here. I should make another door. Okay, one simple, basic structure ready to go. So they're going to start, looking at what I've got outlined here and say, we should probably order some industrial walls because dude said put up some industrial walls. And indeed, they're going to be delivered in 1 hour. One of the biggest mistakes that I made initially, I made a lot of them, but one of the biggest mistakes that I made initially is I started frantically ordering all these things, not understanding they would come in their own time, or at least most of them will. I've run into situations where they'll deliver all my walls, but then not deliver the door. And I'd have to go back in and order the door specifically. We'll kind of feel that out as it goes along here. All right, moving things on a little bit faster here. All my stuff has been delivered, and the gang is just frantic. I've got a bunch of people, by the way, in case that didn't come up. There's a bunch of people down here. So who have I got right now? I've got Mazzy, a builder, Irulan, a builder, Sachet, a builder. I don't even want to go with that one. Decline, a builder. And then what else have I got kicking around? Mostly builders. Got a janitor, facility director, Debut's the facility director, one paramedic, one security. I can hire some people. I just don't really know whom I'm going to need right now. I'm going to kind of go with the idea of letting my to-do list tell me what to do when I need to do it. Now, here's a fun thing. You're looking at this going, wow, that's a really neat room that you've constructed there, Dave. Yeah, it has no roof. So this is multi-level. This is, what do the kids call it? Z levels? X levels? I don't know. But we can go up and down. We can make multi-level, or indeed we can go underground. We can do things like that. That's all wicked, wicked cool. But right now this thing doesn't have a roof because we could theoretically go upstairs. Okay, the roof thing I found a teeny bit fidgety, but I actually got to wait for them to do that one piece of wall there. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to put a roof up. So, guys, you want to just kind of crank through that? Thank you so much. Appreciate that. All right, slam it into pause mode. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. So we need to go up a level. Okay, so go up 1 floor. There's a key for that, but I just find it easier to do that. I would love it if that was down here, by the way, up and down. I'm just, sort of making comments here as I go along. It's kind of the nature of this YouTube thing. So I'm up a level, and now I need to build a floor on the upper level. So floor, sure, veneer. Yeah, actually, rustic is cheaper. So a floor up here, and that will actually make that a real room now. It will actually be inside. And actually, while I'm here, why don't I go back down a floor and put a floor in there? So go to that and then go to, ooh, what says reception to you? Corporate floor, obviously. Corporate floor can live right in there. Okay. Make all of that go. This is all just for reception. I haven't even started containing my first demon yet. All right, here comes my delivery. We're dropping off some stuff there. Okay, I think people are coming in. They're putting doors up. That's cool. And then, yeah, my other delivery is on its way. I really should have drawn all of this out in one big lump so they deliver everything at the same time. But hey, here we are. I didn't do that. So what's next? I mean, containment cell is next, but I feel we're kind of cart before the horse here. How about we worked with, we're going to get reception done momentarily. Let's work with the offices next. So let me slam it into pause mode, as we do around here, and get some real work going on here. So how about we did that industrial wall, but let's make sort of a corridor like this. And then these are going to be all of my offices. So there's going to be an office there, and say an office there, and we're just going to draw all of this along until I've got, well, enough offices for theoretically everybody. And then make sure that this is all inside by putting a roof on the other level. Okay, that should be 5 offices basically ready to go when they put all of this nonsense together. And I did all of that in bulk, so hopefully they'll just deliver everything at once and everything can get done at once. The gang's doing real good here. It's getting to be a little late at night, but they're still pumping away here. Now, I notice we've got some rustic wood flooring missing. So down here, we have not got our rustic. Oh, there we go. Oh, Tom's got it. Tom's got it covered. Well done, Tom. I don't know if that was actually your name, but well done, Tom. I think you seem to have picked up the pace there a little bit. Okay, yeah, more things are coming into storage. More flooring is going down. All right, so this is all going to basically cover my office and reception thing. Slow it down a little bit more there. So let's get to marking these out. So go to my areas again here, my regions. So one region I need for reception. So you are going to be designated as reception. And you're going to yell at me because I don't have the things that I need. That's okay. We're going to come back to that. And then offices, I got to mark all of these out, each one of them as an office. Why do we need 5 offices? I'm not sure, but I'm marking them out anyway. Yep, now the game's going to start yelling at me because I don't have things. So this needs to be indoors. They haven't done the roof/upper floor yet, but it needs an office desk. You also need to be indoors. All of you need an office desk. So what's that, 6 office desks? Okay, so let's just start to get those things going along here. So go to, oh goodness, go to building things, and then go to furniture, and then office desk right here. So can we spin that around a little bit? So maybe reception is over here, and then you could have one there. And you could have one right there, and one, and one, and one. Well, my desks are going in, but my floor isn't. You were upstairs doing something. You got a ladder in your hands, and it looks like you've been met. Okay, so you are currently indoors. So they are working on the ceiling/upper floor. They're just being a little slow about it. I mean, I don't think I've actually got anyone who works at night in terms of building. Do I have anyone who works at night in terms of building? So builders, let me see. How do I tell? Okay, the sun and moon thing might be the big thing, Dave. Yeah, so they got a sun attached to them. These guys got a moon attached to them. You might be able to figure out which one's on the day shift, which one's on the night shift. So I've only got, well, actually, I've got a good chunk of nighttime builders, so things aren't getting done at night. All right, these are all getting met. We just really need to put that roof on the old reception there. Oh, it's been done. Never mind. In the time it was taking me to say that, it's been done. Okay. Slow everything down. And Debut Sneak has moved in here. Cool. Awesome. Do I need to give you guys chairs of some sort? Furniture? Yeah, you could get an office chair. Why don't you get an office chair? That seems fun for you. Put that, like, I don't know, there, and you can have one there. And I mean, people, oh, I've done that one wrong. That's fine. You know what? You can face away from your desk. It's okay. You can just be antisocial like that, and I don't know. It's one of those open office policy things, like just walk into my office anytime and talk to me, because now you're facing the door. But you don't really want anyone to walk in and talk to you, and you actively avoid that sort of thing, and you're mostly getting coffee. So now I got to build a rec room, put some lights up, and then finally get to my containment cell. Let's start mapping a little bit of this out here. So get back to walls. Keep my industrial wall for right now. Maybe the rec room could be right over here. And yeah, right off of reception. That seems to make a degree of sense. Leave room for a door there. Oh, I've done that completely wrong. Hang on, let me cancel that there. So cancel that. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's going to be eventually my rec room. And then I'm going to need lights. So furniture or utilities. I think it's furniture. It's not furniture. Is it appliances? Yeah, ceiling light. All right, so put ceiling lights up. Well, everywhere, basically. People love having things lit. And then the next thing we need is actually a containment cell so we can, contain something. So I've got a containment steel wall here. A fire suppressant wall because, it's my game, so things will burn whether I want them to or not. Well, it's a containment cell. Let's do a containment steel wall. I'm going to double wall this because, things break out of things. So do a containment cell like this. It probably really doesn't need to be this big, but here we are. I'm doing it anyway. And then leave room for a door of some sort. So put that in there and then put that in there. I think I kind of shrank the corridor there a little bit, but I'm going to learn to cope with that. Also, mark this one off as recreation. And then mark this one off as containment cell while I'm kind of thinking of it. Go back to building things and then get me a door. Containment door. That seems like the thing I need. Or a heavy containment door. No, just a regular one should be fine, I think. And I just kind of finished off the corridor there so this whole thing will be contained, or at least it will be contained when I put a roof on this thing. Yeah, let's get some roofs going on here. That ain't gonna work out at all. So floors, what did I say we were doing? Actually, you know what? Put up a glass floor here. That way maybe we can go upstairs. Wow, that was a lot of money. We can go up, wow, that was so much money. I can imagine it is expensive to put up a glass floor. That's probably ain't cheap. That way we can go upstairs later and look down on the entity. That'll be fun. And then just go back to my concrete floor because I just spent a ridiculous amount of money doing that. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff we got coming in there. So let's move things along a little bit here and try and put all of this together. I didn't actually put any flooring down there. I probably should have done that. You know what? Let's not overthink because that's what I do. Let's just have them put all of this together. And then we can kind of figure it out from there. But this should meet my offices, my rec room, my containment cell. I don't actually have anything to put in the recreation room. Is there anything to put in the recreation room? What would that be? Is that misc? No, that's a gravestone. We'll definitely need a lot of those, but maybe not right at this exact second. How about furniture? Now that's tables. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Appliances? It's an appliance? I can get them a shower. I mean, they're going to love that, but maybe not exactly for recreation. Slam it into pause mode there. What do we do for recreation around here? Go to furniture again. A medical chair. Now, that might be a recreation item for some people, but possibly not for me. I'll put a bench in. I don't know why, but I'll just put a bench in here. At least it looks like a prison. Now, while we're doing all of this, let's look at the concept of power, because I'm supposed to be doing that. So talk to me about utilities here. Got cables, switches, a steam generator. Generates electricity from high-temperature fluids. I don't know if I have high-temperature fluids. I also only have about 20,000 left, and this thing is half of that. What else could I be using here? I mean, that's not exactly my only option, but it's kind of my only option. I don't really have anything else that's going to produce power apart from this. I feel like if I put this up, do I have temperature, like high temperature fluids from this? Again, I don't really have another option, so, wow, okay, that's big. Holy moly. Cool. Let's put this somewhere where it's going to explode the entire facility. Yay? Kids, how are we doing down here? Are we having fun? Oh, we don't have any power, do we? No, we're kind of working on that right now. That's like a thing that's happening. Tell you what, I'll give you something to do. I'll put some flooring down because everyone loves flooring. I'm thinking tiled in the containment cell. That seems like a very containy kind of thing. And then maybe some nice aged floor in our prison cell / recreation room. And now that it's gone nighttime, I technically don't have a security officer or a janitor. So let's look at hiring some people there. Slam it into pause mode. So I need a nighttime janitor and a nighttime security person. Okie dokie. So you are day shift. So just go down to the night shift here. So I've got security down here. Trousseau. Wow, it's a lot of money. $1,000 to hire you. I don't really have a tremendous amount of money here, Trousseau. You know what? We're gonna come back to you, Trousseau, when I get electricity, because I feel this is a very expensive process. I think they're kind of beginning to finish up the process here. They haven't actually put in the generator, but that seems to be their next task. I think they finished out everything else. So let's actually look at maybe getting some sort of anomalous entity in here. So let's check out some contracts here. All right, my basic containment center, that's what I'm working on right now. That is active. And then I've got 4 different anomalous entities here. I have a miniaturized sun. A miniaturized sun, or the gate to hell. Okay, the secure containment of S0010, lucrative ash excretions. Wow. So it's Friday. It's right after Thanksgiving. It's Friday, because Thanksgiving's traditionally on a Thursday. So it's Friday, which is the day after Thanksgiving. I've been up for about 3 hours. And lucrative ash excretions is the most exciting thing I have said this morning. I mean, we hope that it goes even higher than that, but I can tell you right now, if we lock in at me saying lucrative ash excretions as the most exciting thing I've said this Friday, that's pretty good. I've also got a propulsive brick. But I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to do the one that A, I did on the demo, and B, I actually understand because I did it in my own time. We're going to get Fishe. Fishe. It emits continuous French music. French music, mind you, that increases the mood of those around it and occasionally creates false memories of past trips to France. I laughed about this during the demo, and I'm laughing about it here. Because one of the really big selling points to me of this game is not just the combination of 2 really good games. It's they're dumping a ton of incredibly clever, smart humor into this game. And that was my big draw. When we looked at Fishe during the demo, there was an essay on Fishe. This is the abbreviated version. There was a whole essay full of incredibly smart, clever humor. I do not know who is writing this game, but whomever it is over at Containcorp, very smart, very clever humor. So I can't see any reason not to accept Fishe. Bring him on in, Fishe. I know this is the one we did in the demo, so a little bit repetitive there, but this is also the one that I played when I was kind of messing around with this a couple of nights ago, so I do understand what's basically going to happen, so we're going to go ahead and do that. No joy on my generator, right? Are we going to, is this here? Are we here? Yeah, see, I don't have water pressure for this. I have no water. It's not satisfied with my water. It has 0 water satisfaction. Go back to this again. I feel it's not actually here yet. Have you guys put this here? Hang on, what do we got? Yeah, steam generator missing for hauling. So it's not even here yet. Don't sweat it, Dave. Just relax. But look at utilities again. Are there any other options? I know I'm going to have to do cables. I get that. I understand that part. But is there any other options that I have here? There's what looks like a solar panel down here. Just looks like maybe I need to research that, and some other kind of generator down here. I don't know what this is, but it looks very exciting. There's a fluid tank. Should I be getting this? You know what? Just wait till they actually put that up. I'm sure it's going to tell you what you're missing. In the meantime, Fishe is here. So I've got a transport vessel. We're very excited about that. This, they definitely simplified since the time I looked at the demo. I found actually just getting the thing into the cell to be weirdly frustrating and complicated. They have made this quite a bit easier right now. So could you put that down? It's just that, yeah, thank you. If you could just put that down, I need to do that. So now it's just assign a cell, and boom, there we go. Somebody will move that at some point and bring it over there, and then we can release it when it gets in there. But yeah, it's been targeted for Fishe. Sorry about all the dirt and stuff. It's just I'm a little shy on janitors. And again, are we gonna get this at some point? It seems like it's over here. Okay, that's my steam generator. Are we? You can haul that. I don't know why you wouldn't want to haul that. Did I maybe put it too close to the edge of the map, or have I created a pathing issue? I always do. I'm famous for that. I'm not famous for that. Nobody cares. But I pretty commonly will create my own pathing problems. Fishe is here, though. So we can crack this guy open here. Go ahead and release the anomaly. We've got a fish. A French fish. Who emits French music and gives you false memories of a trip to France. Oh, fun. Here's what I need. Okay, so... it's already dropped some eggs, and I think it's creating its own water. How am I going to make that work with a door? Because door open, water go away. That's like how those things work. That's like, I don't know, it's probably physics or chemistry or something. I didn't pay attention. But we got some eggs. You know what? We'll come back to the water issue. Here's the gig. This part I do know. We can sell these. So we can absolutely sell these to... Somebody wants to buy these. Okay? Somebody wants to own Fishe eggs. Probably a French person, I would imagine. But I don't have anywhere to sell them. And when I was messing around with this a few days ago, there's not a small amount of money in here. Okay? You're making some money selling French demon fish eggs, as one would. I just got to remember how to do that. So that is a zone. That's an area, or a region, as they call it in this game. So I need export. Export? Is it down in here? Do I have to research that? Okay, toilets. I understand toilets. There we go. Exports. Okay. So let's pop that guy over here. So the gang should go grab the eggs, bring them over to exports, and then very, very strange people will buy them. Okay, you seem to be... What are you doing with my generator? Whoa, where are you going with that? That doesn't fit in reception. Look at the size of that thing. I feel I've created a pathing issue. I feel that's too close to the map. And they're just... Yeah, you're putting it over in storage. That's cool. You can go away. We're familiar with the anomaly right now. Yeah, it's kind of... It's kind of filling its own tank with water. And I'm not 100% sure how to cope with that. I would feel like I need some sort of airlock or something. It's not a small amount of water either. Who are you? No, that's... Oh, Mazzy. You're probably drowning. You've gathered the eggs. I get that. I see what you're doing there. And you're trying to move this thing again. Good luck. I hope that works out better for you. Are you dead? Mazzy, are you dead? Well, let's find out. No, you're 100% health. Cool. You're completely healthy. How about your psyche? You are a little bit tired. You have false French nostalgia. Slam it into pause mode. Just slam it into pause mode. As Fishe's music plays, Mazzy is overcome with vivid memories of a trip to France they never took. The cobblestone streets. The aroma of fresh baguettes. The laughter under the Eiffel Tower. It all feels so real, so warm. They can't help but smile, lost to the bittersweet joy of a past that was never theirs. Oh, you're alright, Containcorp. You and I are going to get along just fine. Because Mazzy is also affected by false French horrors. A flood of vivid memories of a trip to France they wish they could forget. The cobblestone streets twist unnaturally in their mind, sharp and uneven beneath their feet. The acrid stench of burnt bread mingles with the sour tang of desperation. I want to know who's writing this thing, because this is good. This is really good stuff. Echoes of laughter under the Eiffel Tower warp into chilling screams. Reverberating in the hollow silence of their mind, they can't stop the shudder that ripples through them, trapped in the suffocating grip of a past that clings to them like a shadow, unrelenting and cruel. Oh. This game and I are gonna get along just fine. Yeah, I really feel I borked pathing somehow. They seem to be able to get it up to here, and then no further. So what if we move this? Can I move? Mark for deconstruction. I don't want to deconstruct it. I just want to cancel it and move it somewhere else. So if I said cancel, can you cancel this like that? Can you go like no? Okay, good. All right, so we've started that. What I'd like to do is now put that up somewhere else, somewhere more sensible. So utilities, give me my generator again. Could we maybe put that... I don't know, here? Put it up over here. We already have it on site. We don't need to order one. Also, what I should do is start carving out a bit of this mountain because we're going to run out of room. Also, Fishe's tank is, like, wicked full of water, and I'm pretty sure these people are dying. Okay, you seem to be able to walk right in. Yeah, you're walking in just fine. Can you not get out? Okay, that's rubble. Oh, wait a minute, somebody broke the door. Why would you do such a thing? I needed that door. That door was holding in all the water. I wonder if there's a... Is there a specific, like, watertight door that I should be using here? Containment, heavy containment. Doors that I haven't researched yet. Let's try heavy containment. See if that does the trick. I wonder, now that I'm thinking about this, I wonder if I should have sunk this cell down a level and basically made a swimming pool. And then maybe I don't know if they can access it from the top, though. I don't know if that would work. Huh. I have to have a think about that. Boy, it's harder to store a fish than you think. Has this been unmarked for hauling? No, enable that for hauling. I feel that should be a default. It should be defaulted to enabled. I mean, why would I want to not haul something? I'll make the choice as to whether I want to haul it or not. And here we go. My fish eggs are coming in. Nobody's bought them yet, but my fish eggs are coming in. Okay, we're having another bash at the steam generator thing. So we put it in storage, and then we took it out, and then we're just leaving it here. Okay, enable hauling? Is that... I don't know which one I just clicked on. We have the actual steam generator, and then we have... Oh, hang on, the fish is out. The fish is out. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It keeps flooding its tank, and it broke the door again. Wow, I actually don't know how to deal with that because we didn't really cover that when I was... You're security, right? You're security, Leverick. You're security. How do I... Can I take control? Take command. There we go. Take command. Okay. Go... Where do I... How do I make you go somewhere? Go over here? Yeah, path to there? Okay, that seems to have helped a little bit. You seem to be going over there. You're hauling things, though. Are you going to go get Fishe? He might give you an unpleasant or pleasant memory of France. Yeah, I see. I think I've completely borked how to contain a fish. Okay, I know you see it. Can I capture it? How do I click on it for a start? No, that's a room. No, I don't want... Yeah, no, that's an industrial wall. No, we're over here. No, that's Mazzy. We know about Mazzy. That's the object. There we go, Fishe. Okay. Okay. How do I... Wait, there's a recipes? There's recipes for the fish? Why would we cook the fish? It has a mustache and a beret. I'm not sure how to deal with this. I'm just gonna hope that... I know you see it. I understand that you see it. Okay, how about command? Fire at? No, I don't want to do that. I just want you to pick it up and put it back in its tank. That's pretty much... I think... Wait, did somebody just do that? No, we're gathering more eggs. We're gathering more eggs. Tell you, here's what I'm going to do, kid. I'm going to release your command and see if you're smarter than me. The chances are that you are. So, okay, you're kind of bumbling around here. You're maybe checking out Fishe. Are you going to look at Fishe? I think you might be grabbing him. There's a lot of people. Yeah, I think you've got him. I think you're doing something. Are you moving him back into his containment cell? Or are you affected by French memories and freaking out a little bit? Rather, pleasant or unpleasant. If you're thinking about France, you're having a bad day. And no real joy on my steam generator here. Obviously, I'm doing something critically dumb, as I often do. Wow, we got a lot of fish eggs. Have we moved Fishe? He seems to be right there. Okay, you're going to take another shot at it, and you're just moving it over there. Yeah, that's all you kind of really do. You just sort of move it over, move the parts over here, and then kind of give up. Okay. So, one of two things is happening. Well, three things are happening. One, I've completely failed at holding a fish, and it's in fact flooding the rest of the facility at this point. We're going to give another shot at another door. A very, very heavy containment door. I should have probably done, like, not necessarily an airlock, but a water lock. How else could I have... I should have got the demon brick. I know it's breach containment. It swims. So that's one of the things that's happening. The other thing is, well, one of two things. Either I've got an issue with this. There's a glitch or a bug or a very, very early version of this game that is just, they're borked. They can't seem to get A to B. They have the part, they have the blueprint, they just can't seem to put the two of them together. That's possibility number one. Possibility number two, which is the more likely possibility, is I am doing something critically stupid. That there's such an obvious thing of like, oh my god, why are you not seeing that? I don't know what that is because I got power up and running the other night. Now, admittedly, there I had solar panels. I don't know if it's randomized when we land. Like, okay, now you have access to a steam generator. Prior to that, you had access to solar panels, but now I have to research solar panels. But I didn't have a steam generator last time. So, again, one of two possibilities. The fish is out again, people. People, the fish is out. It's flooding the facility with water and Frenchness. And we have no power because water and generators and stuff. So I'm either doing something critically stupid or there's some sort of borkiness going on here. I don't know which one of it is. But what I am going to do is wrap it up here for today. Guys, do please let me know what you're thinking of Containcorp in the comments below, because I could poke along with this a little bit more if I could figure out this power issue and also how to contain a fish. I could poke along with this a little bit more, but really, as always with the channel, it comes down to what I want to play and what you want to watch, and then somewhere between those 2 points, we try to find a happy place. So do please let me know in the comments what you're thinking of Containcorp, and hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours. We'll see you next time. Citizens Tropico, everything is under control. This is not a fire. This is not a fire. This is an aggressive urban redevelopment program. Increase the boa constrictor education rating. Big snake, keep away. Are you all smarter now? Oh, you have a migraine or a rattlesnake bite. Well, this is wicked simple, Linda. Have you been bitten by a snake? If the answer is no, then it's a migraine. No, I'm waving, though.
Oh,
I'm
waving. Now. That's exciting.
I'm waving very frantically.
How are you doing that?
Now,
How are you doing that?
I can't with this.
Oh.
I can't.
This is it. Right. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in.